education about asexuality, all things asexual, that I share my asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. So today I am outside in the great outdoors in my city in Exeter. I wanted to show you the beautiful cathedral, so I'll just spin you around. So yeah, this is in the heart of the city centre in Exeter in the UK. There is a place called Exeter, I think, in America. There might be a place called Exeter elsewhere. So this is Exeter in the UK. This is filmed live, so I can't account for noise of children or people, but I just thought I'd let you see the beautiful cathedral and really get to know the city as it is. So yeah, welcome to my channel again, and it's great to have you here. And yeah, so how do you reconnect with your asexual self? How do you reconnect with who you are? So first of all, there's two parts to this. One is obviously your asexual self, and one is the self within, whether you're asexual or not. So pretty much the same sort of things apply to both, but obviously there are some expansions. So in terms of reconnecting with your asexual self, you have to understand that it's okay to be asexual. There's nothing wrong with being asexual. If you're a sex repulsed asexual, you hate sex, that's perfectly okay, right? If you're a sex positive or sex neutral asexual, that's okay too. Part of reconnecting with yourself is accepting yourself for who you are and not taking on the opinions and thoughts of other people. So if other people are criticizing you for being asexual, you have to understand that's their problem, it's not your problem. Your problem is if you take it to heart and you fester on it and you can't let it go at all. You might want to talk to a person about it. You might want to approach the subject, and you might want to talk about it, but you don't have to, because a lot of the time, many people are not going to listen anyway. But you could just say, hey, when you say this, I feel this. So, you could say it feels invalidating to you, that type of thing, and it's causing you pain, that type of thing. So if they're a kind person, they might take notice of that. If they're not, if they're just then it might be a case of you just got to leave that person or leave them be. But you have every right to be asexual. You have every right to choose what you do with your body. You have every right to not like sex. If you don't like sex, you have every right to be who you truly are. And so one of the ways of reconnecting with yourself is to understand this, is to understand no one's better than you. No one's worse than you, in the sense that we're all equal. And, an extrovert is not better than an introvert. An introvert is not better than an extrovert. An asexual person is not better than a heterosexual person. Heterosexual is not better than an asexual person. LGBT people and asexuals are all valid, right? So we all are valid in and of our own right. And we need to understand and validate ourselves, because, if we look to others for approval all the time, when they disapprove, it's really going to hurt us, especially if we can't approve ourselves. Because if we hang on every word of other people, we'll be so kind of catching our tails, as it were. We'll kind of be it's like trying to climb a mountain and you've got a safety harness on, but for some reason the safety harness isn't hooked up properly and it keeps falling down, right? You lack support. So you have to support yourself and improve yourself, but also get yourself around people who believe in you, who trust in you, and who will make you feel good as you are. Be around your tribe, be around people who understand you, be around people who vibe with you, be around people who love your specific energy as much as possible. Because where one person might not appreciate your asexuality, there are other people that will. And this is the same as your personal energy. You as a person, regardless of your asexuality, be around people who love you, who understand you, who support you as much as possible, and who vibe with you, and who will actually lift you up in your life, right? If you're around too many negative people who are criticizing you, people who are, just literally putting you down in life, it's not going to be very healthy for you to keep being around those type of people. So what you need to do is limit your time with those type of people and be around people who really get you, who really understand you, and who lift you up. But also you need to spend quality time by yourself, It's very important because you need to reconnect with your own soul, because in the noise of the world and all the social media and everything that's going on around you, your own voice can get lost. And your own voice is really, really important. It's important to connect with who you are. It's important to listen to your own voice inside yourself. It's important to live in you, in your own essence, in your own being. Because if you don't, you'll start to feel a disconnect with your soul. You'll start to feel like resentful of other people, because if you're looking to them for approval and you're waiting for them to approve you, you're going to be disappointed in life, because not everyone's going to approve you. Some people are not going to like you. Some people don't like me. It's fine. I'm not bothered. I only don't appreciate it if they start being nasty to me, because there's no need for it. If you don't like me, go to another channel. Go away from me. We don't need to see each other. We don't need to love or like everyone in the world, although I really appreciate and think people should spread love around the world, because we've got enough hate. We don't need any more hate. We need understanding of all different types of minorities in this world, of all different types of differences. And the reason, a lot of the time there is so much bad situations going in the world is because people don't accept people. People are criticizing people, yet they're not observing in the mirror who they actually are, right? I have people who criticize me, and that's fine if it's constructive. If it's just criticism for criticism's sake because they don't approve of who I am, I'm not going to change myself because someone doesn't approve of me. I'm not going to change myself to fit in with their ideology of what they think the ideal person in this world should be like, because my ideology is not the same as theirs. Right, so we need to understand that we need to live as our beautiful asexual self, be bold, be brave, be outgoing in terms of, expressing ourselves as we want, right? Whilst knowing that obviously if you're introverted, you don't have to be outgoing in that way. You can carry on being beautifully introverted. But the whole point is, don't ever be afraid to show the world who you are, show your world your asexuality, show the world your beautifulness. People who are kind of the loudest people in the world, people who are, bubbly and bold and the loud talkers, if you like, they're the ones that actually make a huge impact in the world. Maybe you're not one of those people. Maybe you're a quiet type, but you can still make waves in your own community. Right, you can still make a difference. But the most important thing is yourself, to your own life, to understanding yourself deeply and fundamentally. Because if we don't know how we operate, how we work, how we are within ourselves, we then can't, function around other people as our true authentic selves. We're always looking to appease people, to please people, to be something we're not, and this disconnects us from our soul. It tears us away, because we then become fragments of who others want us to be. And when we're fragments of who others want us to be, we are fragmented. And when we're fragmented, we're broken up inside. Our soul is broken up, our personality is broken up, who we are is broken up. And that's why we have mental health problems, because we're taking all these in. Now, obviously, I do have some mental health difficulties myself, right? And it's not about, in life, it's not about saying you haven't got any mental health difficulties and pushing them aside or running away from them. It's to deal with them head on. And part of the mental health difficulties a lot of the time is we take on board other people's criticisms and problems and kind of like bad attitude, and we take it and we fester it within ourselves, not realizing that actually it's them that's got that problem. It's their reflection of the world, it's not ours. And their reflection is okay for them, but our reflection is equally okay for us. And how we want to be for us is fine to be who we want to be. We don't need other people's approval. We don't need to seek other people to give us clarity about ourselves. The best thing sometimes is just to sit with yourself, do what makes you happy, go inwards and reflect, right? And think to yourself, how do you come across to other people? Like, you're not going to totally know, because otherwise, only other people can know how you come across to them, right? But the most important thing is that you love yourself and come across well to yourself, and you appreciate and value yourself for who you are, because you need to really, really, truly love yourself. The more you love yourself for who you are, the more you're in tune with yourself, the more you care about yourself, the more that you will feel connected to yourself. The more you approve yourself, the more you stand up for yourself, the more you stand in your personal power, the more you will be powerful and empowered. And that's what we want at the end of the day. Some of us might not be around the best people for us all the time. Some of us might not be in the best environment. And we have to look to change that. It doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes it's a gradual process over years. But we have to be looking to be the best version of ourselves for ourselves and for those around us to get on with us as best as possible, whilst not change ourselves to be the person that someone else wants us to be. Right? We want to be the best version of ourselves for ourselves and for others to be around, but not to the detriment of stopping being who you are. Right? I'm sure you've come across a lot of people in your life that tell you what to do, that tell you not to be this way, not to be that way. You know, and it's good if it's constructive feedback and advice and you're damaging yourself, you're hurting other people, you know, of course you need to like pay attention to that. But if it's just you are just being yourself, whether that's an introverted, really quiet, nerdy person or a loud, bubbly, extroverted person, and people don't like that, then, you know, that's their problem. I have a lot of friends who are very, very introverted, but yet I'm not. And we have to discuss those things. We have to discuss about going out together, what to do together, because we've both got different needs. It doesn't mean to say their needs are any less important than my own. And it doesn't mean to say my needs are any less important than their own. We both need to have our needs met. Sometimes you have to compromise. Sometimes you have to do, like if it's an extrovert, sometimes I have to do more things that an introvert would like to do, and vice versa, you know? We're all different. But, you know, go to your favourite places, go on self-dates. I've been to the cinema for a self-date today, you know, and that reconnects me to my soul. So do what you're passionate about. When you go away from what you're passionate about and start trying to diversify out into other things that really don't interest you, you're not passionate about just because someone told you to do it, this is when you disconnect from who you truly are. Right? When you're not having time spent with yourself and it's always with other people, you disconnect from yourself. When you're always on social media all the time, you know, you're disconnecting from yourself, right? To a certain extent, you need time by yourself, time to chill out, time away from the camera. It's like, I love being on camera. I love talking to you, but I do need some time for myself as well, to just be with me and Sandra, you know? And at the end of the day, if you can look yourself in the eye and say, yeah, I really love and adore being with this person that I see in the mirror. I really love spending time with them. I love their personality. I love, you know, their zest for life. And I'm kind of crazy about the person in the mirror. Then that's good. You know, I absolutely adore being with myself. There's no person I'd rather spend time with than me forever, you know, because I really do love my energy. I love my vibrancy. I love the fact that no 2 days are the same. You know, things are never boring. And, you know, life is incredible. And so it's very important for me to spend time with myself, to reiterate these messages to myself. Because, you know, if we are constantly bombarded by other people telling us what we should and shouldn't be doing, and maybe some of that advice is very damaging for us, then, you know, it drags us away from who we are. So please, please, please make sure you're spending time self-dating, pursuing your own passions and dreams, taking time out from social media and from away from other people to reflect on yourself and your life, and to just do things that make you feel elated, excited, having fun, instilling positive emotions within yourself. Because when you instill positive emotions within yourself, you make yourself feel good for being in your own skin, for being in your own body, and for being good, you know, feeling good to be yourself, basically. The more you feel good to be yourself, the more you will want to be yourself, and the more you will love yourself. And after all, that is how you truly connect with yourself when you're feeling disconnected, by getting to know yourself again, loving who you truly are, doing what lights your soul up and what feels in complete alignment with who you are as a person, as your asexual self, as someone who's just a great being on planet Earth. And I want you to enjoy every minute of your life. Look at this beautiful view, look at the sunshine. I absolutely love it, you know. It's beautiful. Yes, I've still got a boot on. Yes, I've still got crutches. But just look at all this. This is so nice. The sun is shining. Everything's gorgeous and beautiful. And life is good. Very, very good. Just look at all this. Woo! Look, the sun is out. Woohoo! Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, always love yourself and always be you, no matter what anyone else says, thinks or does. You're special, you're beautiful, you're ace. Never forget it. Lots of love. Hit the bell icon after you've subscribed if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it and share it with anyone you think may need to hear this message today. As always, sending lots of love. And yeah, take care soon. See you. Bye. Mwah. Lots of love.